What's your name, your major, and the position that you work in at the World Language Lab?
Yeah, so my name is Kerstin Brunnen. I'm a German student. My major is Women's and Gender Studies, and I work at the Language Lab here as a grad assistant. I proctor language exams, and I was really lucky to have this position.
And you are a resident at the university, correct?
Oh, yes. I stay in the student accommodation here as an international student, in North Campus.
And do you like the life of a resident? Do you feel like it's like do you enjoy being a resident? Like, do you like the culture on campus?
Well, yes. So there are two sides to this. I like the culture on campus. I really like how students can get involved. I like, meeting my other international students and some American students. I don't particularly like the administration stuff at Residence Life. I think they're giving us international students a bit of a hard time. For example, when we have trouble with roommates and when one of us wants to switch a room.
Mm-hmm.
Should I say more about that or maybe
not? We want,
I don't know, I've witnessed a few incidents where clearly it was an American student causing trouble for an international student, but the administration staff would just attribute this problem to culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
Say the international student is just not, is just not familiar with this is how things are in the US, when actually things like not taking the garbage out, that is like an international problem. Like that is like a worldwide kind of problem. It's not something you can, just attribute to culture shock.
Yeah.
One major problem that I see is they charge international students for accommodation for during winter break or Thanksgiving break.
Oh, they charge you for the dorms?
They charge us, but the international office has worked out some kind of policy now where they don't charge certain students, other students they charge. It's a bit of a difficult situation. So maybe I shouldn't go too much into this, but...
No, but that's helpful because we want to know the pros and the cons about the university and the culture. Yeah. So that's actually really informative. So what... You mentioned International Office of International Education.
Oh, yeah.
So, what are some other programs you're involved in the university and some other programs that you know that you got, that helped you get acquainted with the university?
How is that called? I like all the activities on the weekends. I think it's Weekend Warriors or something like that. I don't really know what the names are.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with them.
What else? The Women's and Gender Studies office has been really, just because I'm one of their students, they've been organizing a few things like a nice lunch or a meetup, things like that. Yeah. So I'm very much involved with my specific program, not so much with other programs. I do enjoy the fitness center though. I think that is a place I like to go to, and I know other international students go there as well.
Yeah.
At the beginning of, Week of Welcome, the international office took all international students on a little trip to IKEA,
cool.
Which was really fun, actually, and it was nice of them because we don't have a car.
Yeah.
And then there's another organization. They organize trips to New York City or to a trampolining space or to... a movie. There was a movie trip just a few weeks ago. Yeah. I wish there was a little more, just because international students don't have a car.
Yeah, so...
And going out and about here without a car is kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. So... You said, some of the barriers you explained with, the housing situations, but, more towards, the education side, do you see, differences in, the education system?
Oh, yeah, of course. One that I really like, actually, here classes are smaller.
Oh, really?
So I can't speak for all European classrooms, but the German classroom at university level is a big classroom, usually. So we're talking about lectures with, 400, 500 people.
Oh, okay, wow.
And classes at grad level. So I'm a grad student. I graduated in Germany, and we still, we have classes with more than 30 people because we don't have enough space.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the German education system is for free, so that probably makes sense. Other differences include assignments and the fact that, weekly assignments, that is something that not many international students are used to. Or at least not many German students are used to.
Yeah.
We have one final exam at the end of the year, and that's it.
So it's mostly lectures, and that's it?
Yes, and that's it. So it's really different.
Yeah.
I like the system here. I like just talking to my professors, having a dialogue in class, meeting other students, that is, I think, the best part. Literally, the best part of my experience has really been the studying, because that's what I came here for. No, but really, love it.
So during your first, during the week of welcome, did you feel tired or exhausted, either mentally or physically, trying to adjust to the different things about the culture?
Okay, so during week of welcome, I felt actually really active and not exhausted at all. I felt really welcomed. We had really good weather, so I guess that helped. And then there were all these nice activities, and I met so many other students. So I really enjoyed week of welcome, and there was no major problem. No.
So you got to meet with other international students. Are there any other international students from Germany or from Europe that you've met?
So there are many students from Germany, actually. I think there's 7 or 8 of us,
really?
I think. Yeah, and then Germans have a tendency to always, not all Germans, but many of them, we stay in a little group.
Together, yeah.
But I met so many lovely people from the UK, because Southern has this connection to Liverpool.
Yeah.
So I met many of them, and they're super nice. And I guess I would have liked to meet more American students. So far I've mainly interacted with international students.
And your program for the master's program, it's 1 year?
Yeah, it's 1 year, yeah.
Okay, so you'll be done next spring.
Yeah.
You said you weren't familiar with the concept of cultural fatigue when I talked to you about it before.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to read you a brief definition. Mm-hmm. It's the minute-to-minute adjustments that someone makes when they're in a period or in a culture, an alien culture, for an extended period of time. And you said you haven't really felt that during your experience here?
No, there's one little issue maybe, and that is how, I wouldn't attribute it to, I don't know about the word fatigue, but the way that people are a little more, what's the word? People talk to you a little more often, let's just say. So, many Americans say, oh, how are you? These kind of things. I guess I wouldn't say that I'm tired of hearing this or something, but then sometimes these encounters are a bit superficial.
Yeah.
And then another thing is that I don't particularly like how men and women interact here. And I'm not saying that because of my women's and gender studies background. I say it because I don't know, I'm not used to being talked to on the bus by strangers, and that is something many international students are not used to. So public transport, we have a different relationship to public transport. We enjoy public transport, whereas here I heard that most domestic students prefer to take their cars.
Yeah.
Because public transport is seen as not as safe, maybe.
Yeah, there's a dangerous side to it. Yeah, that is true.
So I think that is maybe the only, those encounters, sometimes I feel a bit, not scared, but sometimes I feel a bit, just on the spot, kind of, a bit exotic. Also, people notice my accent, and I think it's nice when they ask you about it, but I get a lot of questions about my accent, and then sometimes I feel a bit, as I said, on the spot. Yeah. Yeah.
So in Germany, when you take public transportation, it's more of people stay in their own.
Oh yes, they do. Yeah. The bus driver mentioned something about Game of Thrones the other day here in the US, and it's okay. It can be nice, but it's, I don't know. I was busy trying to find my ticket, and I'm busy thinking about a lot of things here, and then I'm not used to talking to strangers as much. Yeah. And I don't really like that much contact.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. So what are some suggestions that you have for the university to try to improve international students' experiences?
Maybe offer a few more shuttles so that international students can go downtown more often, or go to the supermarkets, Walmart and Aldi and Hamden Plaza, maybe really during the week and not only during the weekends. Yeah. So that is a really practical thing. I think that is something they could do because, as I said, international students have no car. Yeah. When you don't have a car here in this area, it really sucks. Yeah. Another thing is working more closely with residents' life, I think. I think really, this interaction between the North Campus mid-rise and the international office wasn't the greatest so far, in my opinion, and I think they could work more closely and really try to make the whole experience of living on campus, of having your roommates and all that, maybe just a bit nicer.
To try to accommodate the international students.
Maybe just also a little some little events, like the international office organizes this tea time a couple of once a month, I think. That is something very nice. I think if there could just be a few more events also for American students to meet international students, that would be kind of nice.
That is, that's a good idea. So when you made the decision to come to the university for grad school, not are you like not like solid, but like sure, you're just like, do you regret it or do you not regret it?
Oh, whoa, okay. Yeah. So when I made the decision to come to Southern, I mean, I was really sure I wanted to come, and I'm still sure it was the right decision. Yeah. I love being here. I love studying here. I don't know. I like the community. I really like my program. I think my program is really one of the reasons why I love it so much here. No, I don't regret it at all. I really like being here. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's all I have.